Okay, so today we're making concoction. I kind of missed a couple of steps, so I'm going to catch you up. As you can see, I have an electric fry pan set up, and I have in it Chinese sausage that I get from Market Basket because I find that it has more flavor than other stores. So the first step is to put them in the pan and start browning them off. Once you do that, actually this is the step we're at now, is after browning. Let me hope I don't juggle that around too much. Take them out of the pan, put them onto a cutting board, and do that. But while those are on the cutting board, we're going to add the vegetables, which are bell peppers. We chose red to use, but you can use whatever color you want. And potatoes, which I actually prepped in advance, so I put them in water so they didn't brown. So I'll have to take them out, drain them, and then add them in here. And I'll come back when I have the added in part. As you can see and hear, I've added the potatoes and bell peppers to the fry pan, and I added also some butter, and I'm going to add a house seasoning that we have. So now that I look at this, the proportion's just a little off. I should have added more potatoes, but we're not that picky, so I'm just gonna keep it as is. So I'm going to add the house blend and then move to the next step. So I'm not sure if you can see this, but I'm going to try and get close. You can kind of see it there. That is our house seasoning, and the next thing we need to do before I'm going to start cutting the sausage is take this giant thing and mix them up a bit. That way, you know, the seasoning will distribute evenly among all the pieces in here. So I will do that and come back because I have no stand, so kind of hard doing it one-handed. I know I'll make a mess. So I will check in again. Okay, so I mixed it up a bit, and now comes the cover. If I'm putting this on correctly. Oh yeah. Anyway, so we're gonna let that go in there while I cut the sausages that I have set aside. As you can see, these aren't fully cooked, so if you try and make this, it is not fully cooked. Do not ingest them. They will finish cooking when they melt together with the potatoes and the peppers. So I will cut this, I will add the sausages to that, and I will check back in. So welcome back. First thing I'm going to do is take this off, put it aside. That way we can add the sausage. There's a really important reason why I use one of these. It's because once you cut that up, there's so much juice. I'm not sure if you can see that very well, but there's so much juice left behind, and that means a lot of flavor. So we're going to want to pick this up and get as much of that juice inside here with the peppers and the potatoes as we can. So I really can't do that with this, so I will check in. I suggest before I turn this off, depending on what you're using to cut them, if you're using a knife like, for instance, this. Use that to squirt the juices into the pan. It's not going to hurt anything, and actually works fairly well. So I will be back shortly. Okay, so I scraped as much of the juice as I could into the pan along with the sausage. What I'm going to do before I add the cover back on is give it a quick stir. And this is where it gets really easy, because from now on I have to check it only every 15 minutes, give it a stir, and then put the cover back on. Fairly straightforward, but I'll take you through each turning so that you can see how it looks as it goes. So So we've reached the first 15-minute mark, and I'm going to take the cover off. Be very careful as I do. I'm going to have to open up the vent because this is a little bit more juicy than it should be. But as you can see, things are starting to break down. I'm going to try and stir it while I have this. It's got my steamed up. So you just start and mix it in, start and mix it in, and do this for an hour. So, but we split that up into 15-minute intervals. And get rid of capping. There we go. But yeah, normally we'd have the vent closed, but this seems to be very juicy, so I'm going to have, for the second 15 minutes, open the vent so it can get a little bit of air, hopefully cook down the wateriness. And I'll see you in about 15 minutes. I skipped a little bit in the middle, but this is the finished product. As you can see, there are pieces that get a little bit more time on the bottom than other pieces, but this is Concoction.